Okay. All right. Let's get things happening, guys. I'm so excited about this morning. I'm so excited about the opportunity to share not only everything that we learned coming back from Dubai, but also to introduce you to a lady this morning who has had such a tremendous impact on my life. I can't even begin to explain to you. It's pretty phenomenal when you can meet someone, and then, you know, I've known her now for a couple of years, well, a year and a half or so, but it hasn't been except for the last 30 days or so that we really started working together. And just in that very short window of time, my business has turned around, myself has turned around. I mean, she has just put me on such an incredible track, and I'm just so excited for all of us to be able to spend some time with her this morning. It's just going to be a remarkable morning. So listen, we just got back from Dubai. What an amazing, incredible place. This is the kind of place that takes your whole vision and just pushes it outward. I mean, you can see from the photograph that's on the screen here how much opulence there is in that city. It's just absolutely amazing. I mean, some of the most incredible architectural feats ever created exist in Dubai. You know, the world's only 7-star hotel. This thing, it looks like it would be short, but it's actually an enormous structure. And that's the hotel you see on your right. And, of course, the Burj Khalifa, which is the world's largest building, world's tallest freestanding structure. I don't know, it's got it's got a half a dozen accolades, I guess. But it's an amazing, unbelievable feat of architectural advancement. I mean, just incredible. The whole city was just amazing. And, you know, it's funny because the city itself, Michael Hansen, our CEO, said that looking at Dubai was like looking into the future. And it's so true if you just look at everything the way it's laid out. And what I think is so amazing is that our headquarters is located there, right? And our CEO is located there. And in probably the world's most progressive city, the city that looks like the future, that's where DubLi is centralized. And I just think it's amazing. We had a great time. The venue was incredible. As you can see, everyone was sitting down, had a place to write. We got to go on a desert safari. The opportunity to mingle and to network with top industry leaders, newly promoted vice presidents. Our own Blanca Williams promoted to vice president at this event. Had a chance to spend time with her. That was amazing. I don't get to see her as often as I used to, and so that was wonderful. Ms. Sherry Sharman was there. She's a legend in the industry, spanning across any number of companies. Everyone knows Ms. Sherry Sharman. It was incredible, the event itself, and then the activities we did outside the event were equally as amazing. We got to go on the desert safari. That was a lot of fun, as you can see. Mr. Don Haley, Mr. Chris Kane, sales directors there, goofing with the camel. And then at dinner, Mr. Michael Hansen drifted over, sat down. We had a chance to all visit together and just kind of sit there at dinner. And Michael Hansen's actually a very funny guy. He was telling some stories. We were laughing. It's just amazing. That's his house, by the way. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see what an amazing, incredible place. If you ever have the chance to go to Dubai, Michael opens his home again. That alone is a reason to go. It was just simply incredible. And probably the best part of the whole weekend was the opportunity to see some of our very own get promoted and recognized and walk across stage and receive the credit that they truly deserve for all of the hard work and the things that they've done. Ms. Angela Westmeyer, Don Haley, Chris Kane, Doc Ganan, any number of sales directors from the WooCard team that were there. It was just amazing to see those folks up on stage receiving the recognition. I absolutely love to see our team growing and succeeding. It was exciting. It was heartwarming. I was down there taking pictures and just like getting excited because Mr. Don Haley is one of my best friends in the world. Mr. Chris Kane I've known for 22 years. You know, I've been working with Angela closely. Doc Ganand is such a huge testimony. I mean, these are great stories. So it was wonderful to see them on stage getting promoted. And just with all of the great things that happened in the trip, one of the most amazing things I think that happened was we came back with a clear understanding of exactly what we're going to do moving forward with this team and inside of DubLi, and what we need to do to create more promotions, more sales directors, more vice presidents that have ever been seen in the company before. Ms. Sherry Sharman's got a game plan, guys. She has got a roadmap that is going to take us anywhere we want to go, and that brings me now actually to a couple things that I want to share with you. These are not things that we took away from the event. These were things that were ideas that were born from all of the things that we learned at the event. And Ms. Sherry Sharman, you know, working with me and guiding me to create some things for all of us to use that are going to help us to achieve the things we want to achieve even faster. But one of those is the sales director roadmap. Now this, what you see on your screen is an Excel spreadsheet, or it's a PowerPoint that I turned into a PDF actually. But it's a little worksheet that we're going to be able to hand out to every person that comes to work with us to show them exactly what they need to do to get to sales director. And we show them how to do it through a team build, which is the 3-9-27 concept that we've talked about so many times on the trainings. And then there's the shortcut, which is how folks like Mr. Chris Kane out in South Texas hit sales director so quickly, bringing in TLA after TLA after TLA. And how, there's two ways to get it done. Either one is fine, but you can do it the team build method, or you can do it the shortcut method. But what this allows us to do is to hand this out to folks. They literally can fill in the names. As they're bringing people in, they can fill in the names, and they can watch their organization build and grow and develop, and they can see exactly how many people away they are from sales director as they go forward. That's awesome, because the ability to achieve it rides primarily on the ability to visualize it, to see it. And what this roadmap does, and thank you, Ms. Sharman, for bringing this to my attention, saying, hey, Brian, we need to make this because I think it's unbelievable. This allows people to truly see it, to visualize it, to see it, which is incredible. And we did the same thing with the vice president position. So this is the vice president roadmap. Now, obviously, we can't draw out every square for every person that might exist in a vice president organization, but it draws out very clearly exactly where, you need 5 lines of business. Each one must have a sales director in it. It doesn't matter if it's frontline. All of those things are depicted very clearly on this vice president roadmap. So we're going to take both of these things, and we're going to put them onto the TTG training website. It's not up there yet, but we will hang these two things on the website. Just so everyone knows, we've got a lot of brand new people on the line this morning, on the conference this morning. And so I want to just touch on very quickly the TTG training site. And by the way, I know that sometimes I sound like an Uzi going off, right, because I talk kind of fast. We've got a lot of information to cover this morning. I'm going to try to slow it down. I'm going to try to be as clear as I can. But I'm excited, and when I get excited, I start talking fast. So I'm going to try to keep it in check, okay? But we've got the team support site is right here. This is ttgtraining.com. If you missed it the first time, it's on your screen right there, ttgtraining.com. And on this site now, the very top level page is very simple. We've got the short 2-minute corporate produced video that explains DubLi.com. And then below that is the 10-minute business overview briefing. It's actually about, Joe gives me a hard time. He says, Brian, it's not 10 minutes, it's 11 minutes. I go, okay. It's the 11-minute DubLi Home Business Overview presentation, okay? And that takes everybody through, no kidding, product, offering to the customer, compensation, what's in it for us, how it all comes together in literally just 11 minutes. It's a fantastic, unbelievable way to share the opportunity, and it's how we've all been doing it. It's how we've seen sales director after sales director after sales director promoted by just simply using the top level page of this website, sending people there, giving them this information in a way that they can receive it in a format that's both brief but thorough and that's exciting, and that is the way that we want them to see it. So we're excited about that. There's a Learn More page that has a tremendous amount of information on it, including information about the DubLi corporate accounts, the partner program. There's an expanded overview. There's a biography on Mr. Hansen. There's the DubLi Island video. And then there's the Network Commerce TV show that was with Mr. Terry Bradshaw that was aired that featured Michael Hansen, the CEO of our company. That's down here at the bottom. We're going to move this, I think, to the main page. Ms. Sharman recommended that we do that. I think that's a super idea. We're going to move this to the main page. Very powerful video there. When your CEO is on national TV, that's something you want everybody to know, right? And then there's the training page. I'm not going to go over all the details of the training page, but just simply to say this. If you're new on the team or if you haven't done so already, even if you've been on my previous distribution list, I'd love it if you guys would come here and just go to step 1 right here and fill in this Get Connected box. Okay, what that's going to do now is it's going to get you into the master distribution list for all updates to when we're doing trainings, where trainings are being held, and it's regionalized, okay? So if you select California as your primary area of interest, then you won't receive emails about meetings happening purely in Texas, that sort of thing. If it's something applies to everybody, everybody will get it. But if it's regional, you'll only get emails pertaining to what region you've selected. It's a great system. I love it. I'm actually really excited to have kind of figured out how all that works. But so now we're automated there, and that's the beautiful thing. And on the training section, of course, there's a step-by-step what to do when you're getting started. All the training, the basic training videos. There's these 2 compensation plan videos here. If you haven't watched these, I can't stress it enough how important it is to understand these, especially with some of the announcements we're going to have coming this morning. You're going to want to have a solid understanding of what is in existence right now, so you can understand some of the enhancements and some of the great announcements that were made over the weekend. So there's helpful tools here. There's other training. Everything you need, everything that you would learn at a Saturday training or at a weekend training event is all made available for you right here. And then, of course, anytime there's events, like we're having an event coming up here in San Diego, and Sharman will talk about that in a minute. We're going to have all that information listed here. Mr. Hanson's tour will be here. Photographs of the Dubai trip will be here. So it's a great time. We have it all set up. It's a perfectly packaged site for you to use to give you everything you need. Okay, so we want everybody to be familiar with that. And now let's go ahead and move into some of the things that we learned in Dubai. One of the first things that happened at the event was Mr. Michael Hanson came out to talk to us. He's such an amazing guy. I mean, for being his age, he's roughly my age, the same generation anyway, and his vision is so tremendously huge. And one of the things that gave me goosebumps was when Michael said that in 3 to 5 years, DubLi will be the #1 cashback site in the world. Think about that, because that puts us in the same category with credit card companies that offer cash back and any kind of incentive programs that offer cash back. It's extraordinarily powerful, that statement. But what's great about it is he means it. Right? He's not just talking to be talking. This guy intends to do what he says that he'll do, and we know that he can do it because his track record is impeccable. I mean, if you look at some of the things that he's done in his life with traditional businesses and all the rest, of course he's going to do it. It's just amazing to see how big Michael Hanson sees this company in a very short period of time, in the next 3 to 5 years, which is great news because it means that you and I are going to be the beneficiaries of all of that. Right? We all talk about how nice it would be to be in the right place at the right time, to have all the pieces put together for you and I, and stumble into it or fumble into it, but that's exactly where we are right now. Mr. Hanson has created a launching platform for all of us. We're strapping ourselves on as a DubLi rocket, right? And when this sucker takes off, we're going with it, and that's exciting. Another thing Michael talked about was that DubLi and being compared to Amazon, and there's a Chinese company out there that's actually coming up that's being compared to Amazon as well. The difference between DubLi and those companies is that DubLi is an open market. See, unlike Amazon, Amazon's never going to carry Walmart's products. Amazon's never going to carry Target's products. It's a competitor. Target and Walmart compete. Target and Amazon compete. Amazon and Walmart compete. Right? So unlike Amazon, however, DubLi is an open market. Nobody's competing with DubLi. As a matter of fact, we're helping these merchants by driving traffic to them. They love us. We're like a moth to a flame. Merchants come to DubLi to say, hey, help us gather more business, and it's more economical for them. So DubLi is an open market. You will see Walmart represented on DubLi. You will see Target represented on DubLi. You will see major retailers represented on DubLi, and that's not going to happen with a company like Amazon. So there's a cap on what a company like Amazon can do, but there's absolutely zero limitations on what a company like DubLi can do because of our model. One other thing that Michael talked about was that you've heard me talk about before, because I got it from him, obviously, taking notes at Michael Hanson events, right? But Michael talked about the changing industry and what's happening with direct selling or work from home opportunities in businesses. And one of the most remarkable shifts that has happened in just the last few years is the introduction of reselling on the internet through sites like eBay and auction sites like that. And what's happened is the industry now is changing as a whole, right? You guys agree with me that, 15 years, or not even 15 years ago, 10 years ago, the cellular phone industry changed, didn't it? It changed tremendously. We all went from flip phones and slider phones to smartphones, and Apple iPhone changed all of that. So the cellular phone industry today is tremendously different than it was 10 years ago. And we could say the same thing about the entertainment industry. We could say the same thing about any number of industries, because with technology and advancements and everything else, industries have to change. Well, the direct selling industry now has to change because of what the internet has done. The internet has created a secondary market for these other companies' products and services that's absolutely crushing their ability to retail their services. Well, DubLi, we don't have that problem. The internet is our best friend. People shop on the internet, we can save them money. And that is a huge advantage over anything. There's really nothing else out there that does what DubLi does in that regard. And so as a result, what's going to happen is The traditional work from home or MLM industry is getting crushed. It's getting destroyed because of the change in technology and their either ability or inability now to keep up with that and to adapt with it. So what's going to happen is in the next 3 to 5 years, 200,000 direct sellers in the United States alone are going to be homeless. They're going to be looking for an opportunity. They're going to be looking for a place where they can apply their skills and their talents that they've learned over decades, but that they can no longer utilize in their existing company. And we're going to be right there, like with a catcher's mitt, right? Come on in, right? We're going to have the DubLi dock wide open. Come on in, right? We're going to be there to receive them. And so we're going to see DubLi bringing in leaders and massive organizations from all over the industry because of that. Let's get into the exciting stuff, guys, the stuff that was announced to us. And again, I'm going to go quickly, but I'm also going to take some pauses in here because I want you to be able to read what you see. Take a photograph with your phone if you need to. Jot down notes, please. There's a tremendous amount of information, but DubLi.com just keeps getting better and better and better. One of the things that they announced, and you should have heard the crowd, man, whoosh, everybody stood up, was clapping. They were so excited because PayPal is now available for customer cash back. Yay, right, PayPal. So a company that folks are familiar with, that they're comfortable with, that they've been using for years, they now have available to them on the DubLi side. In addition, they're getting rid of any fees whatsoever to customers to get their cash back out. So, you know, on the DubLi network side, we're still going to have, you know, our small little fee to move our money around or whatever, but for customers, no fees whatsoever. So a customer gets cash back, they want to pull that money out, it doesn't cost them anything. That is huge, huge, huge. In addition, they've hired a new company to handle their customer service. It's a company called Zendesk, and we're going to see some huge improvements in our customer service department. I know that we've had some folks, we've always had a great ticket system. They've always been very prompt and very polite, courteous, and knowledgeable and all the rest of that. But as the company grows and expands, obviously the ability to service our customers and our business partners needs to expand as well. That's what Zendesk is bringing to the table. And get ready to get excited, phone support, right? For everybody that said, don't they just have a phone number? Stand by, you're going to have a phone number. Okay, DubLi.com is also now going to default to your local mall, so we're not going to run into that issue anymore where sometimes you find yourself signing up a customer and accidentally end up in some mall you didn't want them to be in. That's not going to happen anymore. New customer account management system is going to be in place there in the back office where you find your cash organizer and all those things on DubLi.com. That's going to be rearranged. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous, the way that they've got it laid out, but it's also extremely effective, and it makes a lot of sense for the customer. I can't wait to see that once it comes out. One of the things they're going to do with DubLi.com is called gamification. I didn't really understand what gamification was, but I do now after taking some time and listening to Mr. Hansen. Gamification is kind of where everything is going now. You know how sometimes if you play video games on your phone, you can earn badges or you can earn pieces of recognition, and you know you compete with your friends if you're on a network, you know, and that kind of thing. Well, with DubLi, what's going to happen is folks can actually earn badges. They can earn awards for how much shopping they've been doing or how many other customers they've referred and things of that nature. And the higher they rate on a gamification scale, in other words, if they get a gold bar or a silver bar or whatever, however they decide to do it, they're actually going to get more cash back. So think about this now. Whatever the VIP level of cash back is, if a customer is very prolific using DubLi.com, they shop a lot, they travel a lot, they refer a lot of their friends, family members, they're going to see their cash back increase with additional usage. The more you use it, the more it pays you. Think about it. That's exciting. We're going to see so much, we're going to see so many people referring so many others because of this gamification. It's going to be amazing. Michael's got an incredible vision there. The company is going to upsell our free users, right? So they're going to have an email drip campaign and things like that to help bring our free users over from free to premium or VIP. And they're going to also offer them the opportunity, if they come over to VIP, to actually receive retro pay at the VIP level for the last 30 days. So anything they've purchased in the last 30 days, the company will go, hey, here's that extra VIP cash back for you for upgrading. So they're going to do some great work for us to bring our customers up to the next level. And DubLi.com is going to continue to get better and better and more personalized. You know, if there's 30 million customers, there'll be 30 million different DubLi.coms. Every user will be able to bookmark their favorite stores. All of these things are coming. Guys, we don't have a timeline for each and every one of these things, so please don't expect the Zendesk customer service department to have a 1-800 number available starting tomorrow. All of these things are where the company's going. Might be a month, might be 6 months, might be a year before we see some of these things, but they're all coming. And everything that Mr. Hanson has told us in the past that he would do, he has done. So I'm excited to know that all of this is coming to fruition. Okay, you've probably heard the buzz, and I'm going to clear it all up for you right now. There was a huge compensation announcement in Dubai. And there's been a lot of churn, a lot of people wondering, ooh, how does it work? What is it about? I've heard a lot of different terms thrown out. We're going to make it very clear and very easy to understand right here in a really quick message. What's happened is the company has recognized that one of the reasons why we've been succeeding at such a tremendous level over the last year and a half is because the company pays its people really well. I mean, ask your leaders if they think that the compensation in DubLi has been pretty good over the last year and a half. And what the company recognized is that when you pay people well, they do great work. They get excited, they go to work, they talk to lots of people. So the company and Mr. Hanson, in his generosity, has decided to just give us even more money for doing what we were already doing anyway, which I think is fantastic. So what they've created is something called a dual team compensation overlay. Now that's a really fancy word to say. It's basically two comp plans running concurrently. The unilevel compensation plan that you're already familiar with, that we talk about in TTG training in the two compensation plan videos, that's not going to change. Okay, there might be one or two small changes as it rolls out, but the basic concept of it will not change. So if you understand our compensation plan the way it is right now, you're going to understand DubLi a month and a half from now. Okay, that's not going to change. But what they've done is they've laid over the top of this existing unilevel compensation plan a dual team overlay that is essentially going to nearly triple what we were making before on new BA and TLA signups. It's basically just a fancy way of saying we just got a huge raise for building teams and for doing the things that we were doing anyway. We're just going to get paid significantly greater on the front end. It's just a much more robust payout on the front end, but the back end, which is the customer residuals, the residual commissions from traveling and shopping and the unilevel, all of that stays the same. So DubLi is going to be as amazing as it ever was. It's just going to pay even more on the front end, and that's awesome. This overlay is going to pay us weekly. It's going to pay us an infinite depth, okay, infinite depth, which means no matter how large your organization grows, no matter how many leaders you have in your organization, you're going to be paid through everything that happens. There will be some spillover, meaning that people are not going to be going 30 legs wide at the top. As folks that you work with, your leaders are recruiting, those organizations, right, are going to continue to help to build yours. That's something called spillover. It's very, very lucrative. It allows leaders to leverage, and it gives matching bonuses on personally sponsored BAs and TLAs. Okay? So when you personally sponsor someone and that person is earning in this dual team overlay, you're actually going to receive matching bonuses on every person that you personally sponsored. So the company is really going to reward us for being out there, attracting new people into the opportunity. It's amazing. Now, we're going to come back with more details. Once this rolls out, we will have a very detailed explanation of exactly how it works, exactly how it pays out, all of the things needed to qualify, and all the rest of that. But just know, between now and then, we've got 6 weeks, right, until this happens, but just know between now and then, we got something huge coming. We're about to be paid a lot more for doing what we were always doing anyway. So let's not change our game plan. Let's not change our strategy. Continue to work hard. As a matter of fact, we want to continue to work even harder because it's so critically important for us to rank advance as quickly as we can, especially if you're close to sales director. You want to get that done and wrap that up right now. Just trust me, because when they complete this dual team overlay, they're going to structure it out in such a way that if you're a sales director, you're going to, from the very beginning, you're going to override a much, much larger organization than maybe you've even created on your own. So that's outstanding news, excellent news, exciting news. So whatever rank you're in right now, just make it a goal to advance to the next rank before November 1st. Just write it on the mirror, write it on the calendar, put a rubber band around your wrist and pop it a couple times a day to remind yourself the most important thing you can do between now and November 1st is get to sales director, or at a minimum, get to the next rank in the compensation plan. And then lastly, guys, they introduced something called a global customer bonus pool. This I am so excited about, I can't even stand it. All you have to do to participate in the global customer bonus pool, that means all of the dairy farmers' customers are in the pool, all of Miss Sherry Sharman's customers are in the pool, right? All the folks are in the pool. All you have to do is get 3 new VIPs in 1 quarter, and you earn a share in the global customer bonus pool. And what Michael said was he was going to take a percentage of all of the revenue. That percentage will change by quarter. Some quarters might be 3%, maybe 5%, maybe 2.5%. We don't know, because it'll have to adjust with the company's profits and all the rest of it. But they're going to take a bonus or a percentage from that customer pool, and they're going to divide it up amongst everyone who earned a share in the pool that month, or that quarter. But the greatest part of that is you can earn as many shares as you want. So if you get 9 VIPs in a quarter, you got 3 shares. You get 12, you got 4 shares. So you get a chance now to benefit or profit from everyone's efforts. Thousands of people's efforts over a quarter are going to be putting money in your pocket. That's exciting. That's extremely exciting, and it's a gift because it wasn't there before, and it wasn't even required. We were all super excited about DubLi before this. Now we're going to be really excited about getting customers. This will be awesome. And then for those that want to build teams quickly and want to get in on the digital side of things, you're going to be so excited about this. DubLi, and by the way, I'm jacked about this because I'm one of those guys who, although I have skills and talents and abilities in all kinds of places, internet marketing has not necessarily always been my strength. Well, DubLi has given all of us now a fully automated, fully constructed, and supported internet marketing platform for free. It's called the DubLi Recruiting System. There's a website on your page. It's called drc247.com. And you can go there now, and for absolutely free, you can sign up, create your own landing pages. It's fully automated. When folks go, you create landing pages, and then you market them however you want, through Facebook, through social media, through email campaigns, however you want to do it. When folks go to your landing page, they then from there will have an opportunity to either view a video that the company has produced or to get on a live webinar with one of the leaders from within DubLi, the entire company of DubLi. Could be the dairy farmer, could be Dean Manhunter, could be Doc Ganand. We don't know. It could be whoever's doing it that day, right? But your prospect will be sent to a webinar, and then the system will actually generate follow-up emails for you. The system will actually show you whether your prospect got on the webinar, how much of the webinar they viewed, all of these things. This is incredible. This has taken something that would have taken some of us years maybe to figure out and develop and smooth out and make work, and they put it all in a package, and it's being given to us. Isn't that amazing? It's being given to us. So again, the website, guys, if you're just on the phone and you want to check it out, the website is DRC, the number 24, and then 7 spelled out. So it's DRC24, SEVEN.com. And you can go there and you can check this out. Extraordinarily powerful. I don't have time to go into it. I was going to bring the site up, but we're running long, and so we want to continue to move. In addition, it just keeps getting better and better. I can't tell you, we were so overwhelmed with how much great stuff was delivered over the weekend. I told Ms. Sharman, I said, I don't know how I'm going to get through this in 30 minutes, but I'm going to do the best I can, because there was so much incredible information. I've not been to an event in this industry ever where there were so many announcements and positive enhancements all delivered in one weekend. It was a little overwhelming, but it was exciting. One of the things that Mr. Hansen talked about was the back-end compensation enhancement. Now, again, that's a lot of big words to simply say what we're talking about when we talk about back-end compensation enhancements is customer commissions. Anytime you hear someone talking about back-end, or anytime you hear somebody talking about the back-end or the unilevel, they're talking about customer commissions. And one of the things that DubLi is going to do is it's going to allow you to sell your vouchers through the system. And again, we don't know exactly when this will happen. Could be in the next couple of weeks. It might take a month or two. We don't know. But you'll be able to sell your vouchers through the DubLi.com at whatever price you decide. So if you've got a voucher that you want to sell, you'll be able to take somebody to the website, let them pay DubLi, put their credit card in the system with DubLi, pay DubLi, and the money goes right to you. But they're doing it through the DubLi system. They're doing it through DubLi.com, which makes it seem very official and legit and all the rest of that, and takes away any well, why am I writing a check to you kind of questions, gets rid of all of that, and you get to decide the price. So if you want to sell your vouchers at a discount to your friends or your neighbors or mom or whoever, you can do that. In addition, DubLi, the corporate side, is going to match whatever amount you earn in the bonus pool. So if you earn a share in the bonus pool, and let's say that's worth $500 or $1,000, I don't know. I'm purely pulling arbitrary numbers out here, okay? Whatever that value of what you earned in the bonus pool that quarter was, DubLi will match that. And they're going to invest that much into the worldwide marketing campaign. And that worldwide marketing campaign is something that the company is doing internationally to attract more and more and more customers from all over the world. So not only will you get your bonus pool cash, but you're also going to get customers from the worldwide marketing campaign in proportion to how much you earned in the bonus pool. So for just doing what we were going to do anyway, which is get customers, the company's now going to give us more customers on top of that and cash from the bonus pool. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the marketing campaign customers are going to get free incentives once they've made their first purchase. So think about that, right? One of the things that we've seen is that sometimes you sign customers up and they don't use it. Haven't we all seen that, right? Free customers especially sometimes don't seem to always go in and start shopping right away. So what DubLi has done is they've said, hey, listen, we're going to give our customers a free gift card or some kind of free incentive to their favorite stores once they've made their first purchase. And what that does is it kind of kickstarts the machine. It gets that customer using the service and shopping and enjoying the service. This is extremely powerful because across the industry, the overwhelming challenge with multi-level marketing companies, the way that they've always been, is that they have no back-end compensation. It's all based on distributor-driven. It's all based on the distributors or the business builders are the ones using the product or the service or the juice or the vitamins or whatever, and there's no back end, there's no foundation of retail customer feeding revenue into the company. But in DubLi, we're all about the back end. DubLi's ratio is 200 or more retail customers for every builder. I think the worldwide average is somewhere closer to 400. And so our back end is tremendously solid. Our foundation is huge. It's like having a 10-story building on a foundation that covers 30 square miles, because that's what DubLi is structured like. Our back end or our foundation of residual income from customers is so tremendously huge. DubLi cracked the code on walkaway income, and the lady I'm going to introduce to you in just a moment can talk to you about, she's been in the industry long enough. She's seen so many different systems and companies and compensations, and she'll tell you that if you've got this kind of back end, you've got a longevity and a walkaway income possibility that just hasn't existed in our industry before. And that's why we see leaders coming from everywhere to be a part of what we're doing. Top industry leaders, 6- and 7-figure earners, coming from other companies to join us in DubLi. Just in the last 5 weeks, we've had about half a dozen of them. It's just been incredible. They've also made some new partner program announcements. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but they're just making this partner program, guys, so tremendously easy for us to do, to attract new partners. There's a new partner program welcome package that tells your partners what they need to do now and everything they need to know. They've got a partner program back office tutorial that's now going to be available in the DubLi Network back office. So it'll be available for all of us, not just for the partners. They're also going to have a new corporate support for partners with the welcome package, a drip email campaign, and direct phone support for your partners. How huge is that? So your Virginia Beach school system, Don will be able to actually reach out and speak to corporate, which is exciting. By the way, Don Haley, John Barrington, these guys just finished bringing on the entire Virginia Beach Independent School District as a partner here last week. That was exciting. And then there's going to be a new partnership or a new partner follow-up course, which teaches you and I what we need to do once we have a new partner to make sure that we go to them and we support them and we give them ideas and we help them to market and we help them to continue to make their program as profitable as possible for them. And of course, obviously, as a byproduct, it's profitable for us. Now, what I want to do now is I want to try to get out of the way. I know that was a lot of information, but thankfully we're recording this, so we will have it available later. It can be reviewed again. And again, we're going to have more and more details, some of the finer details on stuff as we go forward. But right now, what I want to introduce you to is somebody who has changed my life in the last 30 days. That's a big statement, guys. And I'm not exaggerating. This lady came into my life a year and a half ago but then she re-entered my life a month ago and just has kind of grabbed me by the shoulders and said, okay, Brian, we're going to do this together. And she is she's just really laid a track for me to run on. She's coaching me. She's mentoring me. I'm so grateful. So many things have changed in just such a short period of time because of this lady's increased involvement in our team. And I'm so grateful. She's a legend, guys. She's been around in this industry for over 25 years. She began as preschool teacher, a single mom, has grown tremendous organizations in the hundreds of thousands all over the world. She's a dynamo. I mean, this lady has coached the best of the best of the best. She's created millionaires, many of them, and she's just incredible. She's amazing. So I'm going to get out of the way and turn over the rest of this to my mentor, my coach, and someone I consider a friend of my family. She's a blast to be around as well. We're going to have a lot of fun. Ms. Sherry Sharman, it's all yours. Maybe I need to unmute the line.
Hi,
You are now unmuted.
I was being a good student and had my phone muted.
You are now muted.
Okay, so, excellent. I've got the line muted again, but you should be able to. We can hear you.
Okay, great. Well, I'm on the speaker code, so I'm good. So I want to start out with, first of all, I want to express my gratitude for you putting this presentation together, Brian, and for all the people that are taking their time to be on this webinar or call if you've called in. And if you've called in, make sure that you do watch the presentation, because Brian did put a lot of wonderful slides together for you to have a visual. You know, we always talk about that a picture is worth 1,000 words. I mean, and right here you're looking at a photo of me, you know, several years ago when we were teaching. You know, one of the things I've always talked about is this business is a people building business, that you can grow in all the areas that you see, spiritually, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally, and financially. And if you can have that kind of foundation in your business, and you'll attract a higher caliber of person into your business. And that's what we want to talk about right now. I mean, you heard that I was a preschool teacher before I got involved in this industry. Been in the industry for almost 3 decades now, and you know, from being a preschool teacher to earning a 7-figure income in this industry, I would, you know, people always say, "How'd you do that?" You know, and I want to say it's not hard to do that if you're willing to learn what you're doing right now, and investing the time to learn from people that have done what you want to do, and then teach. You know, we're going to teach you how to teach this information, but you haven't completed it until the you can teach people to teach. Because our whole program, I mean, right now, and I'm so humbled. There, you know, I mean, there's some industry giants on this webinar right now that are coming on board, and it's because that DubLi does have something that's way different than anyone else. When you talk about a customer-based company, it's going to be here for the long haul. You know, the reason why there's so many people moving from company to company right now is their checks are dropping. People can go online, whether it be eBay or Amazon, and you can just type in whatever product is in the marketplace that's being sold MLM right now, and you can get it at way big discounts. So imagine you're sitting in a presentation, you know, with your new prospect, and they're looking at your presentation, and they go online and they go, "Look, I can get this for pennies on the dollar," you know, and buy it direct. You know, so the competition now for companies is the internet. For us, it's a benefit. It actually helps us. I mean, people shopping online is our company, and getting cash back. You show me a company out there that has anything like this. There's nothing in the marketplace. So that's why you being on this call right now and learning about how to get the promotions. I've always said, surround yourself with a lot of talented people. I mean, this is such an opportunity when you have an owner of a company, the CEO, saying, if you can't succeed in DubLi, don't ever join another network marketing company ever again, because this one is so simple. It is absolutely so simple. And I've built my business like everyone has, you know, Brian does a phenomenal job of breaking down the comp plan. Please go to the site, TTG training site, and learn how the marketing plan works. But you're not going to hear me explain the marketing plan. I surround myself with people that can do the things that are not my strong points. So here, one of my strong points is building for events, promotions. I love to build for events, and we've got the CEO, Michael Hansen, coming and doing a U.S. tour starting October 1st. How does that benefit you? Every single person wants to be able to build not just locally, but nationally to internationally. So what we want to do right now is help you understand how to build that. First thing you want to do is you want to build your personal team. Get your 5 key people, and you want to start working with them and helping them get their 5. You know, it's a very simple concept. Obviously, to get the promotion to sales director, which you got to see, there's a huge benefit of doing that. And you please print out the roadmap that we just got a chance to see from Brian that will help you, because between now and October 31st, ladies and gentlemen, you want to make it your goal to be minimum to a sales director. On this call, there's dozens of sales directors that are on their way to vice president. I mean, there's a whole nother form for you to be able to print out and have that visual and, put it in your office, start marking it, filling in the circles so you have a roadmap and you can actually see, how the puzzle's coming together, because the pieces are all right there visibly. So you want to build your teams, and we've got our next event happening in San Diego this coming Thursday. And if you're on this webinar, and we're going to be putting this, online so people can see it in the future, it's going to be this coming September 25th, 2014, at the Courtyard Marriott in Mission Valley. For all of you, you go, well, okay, I'm in Virginia Beach. How's that going to help me? Well, guess what? Facebook, social media, you can meet people all over California that you can get to this to this event, and you'll get a chance not only to meet me and Brian and Tarlise and the top leaders. We'll be celebrating Rich and Matt, who are our local new VIPs at this event. Get a chance to meet them. I mean, we've got in our team the fastest VP ever in the history of DubLi, Christian and Kristen, out of Tampa, Florida, who are already earning a 6-figure monthly earner. So, you can talk to anybody about this. Don't be afraid to talk to strong income earners. I've presently, Brian, I've got a gentleman that is making $1 million a month who's trying to recruit me. Well, guess what I'm trying to do? I'm showing him DubLi, because he's in a product company, and I'm going, that's awesome that you're making $1 million a month. I see that happening here, and not losing customers. Your business is going to keep growing. So don't be afraid to talk to anyone. We've got exactly, ladies and gentlemen, 92 days till 2015. We can put together a 90-day game run for now until the end of the year, for you to be able to build your business and achieve the highest levels. Obviously, those of you that are sales directors and above, come November 1st, are going to benefit the most. And so when you understand that, you put your head down, you go to work. Don't look up until after the first of the year, because this is an opportunity. When everyone else goes into holiday mode, we go into work mode, and we're going to make this happen, because we have a big event happening next year in 2015. And this event is going to be not in Dubai, not in Denmark, but right here in the United States, in New York City. So imagine, we had close to 150 people that flew all the way to Dubai for the big event. And I have to share with you, I see this, not only did we dominate Dubai, but can you imagine what's going to happen in New York City? So between now and this next event in 2015, you will see future millionaires. You will see people that are on this line right now that will be DubLi millionaires with zero doubt. But you have to go to work now. The first 90 days of my career, when I got started in this industry, set my pace for the next 10 years. I worked almost 24/7 to be able to help people make incomes in a company that I'm still in contact with the people that I started with. So the people you start with now, they are going to stay with you because of the residual income that's going to be coming from actual customers. So Brian, I'm so excited about what's going on. Thank you so much for everything that you have taught us today. And I'm going to turn the call back to you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, there's nothing I can add to that. I mean, you pretty much capped it. So I can't thank you enough again for your time this morning, Ms. Sharman. I'm so excited about what we're doing and where we're going and everything that's happening, and just to see how many leaders got promoted, how quickly. I mean, a 27-day VP, 30-day VP. I think we're going to keep seeing more and more and more and more of that kind of thing under your leadership and under your tutelage. And I'm excited about that because I get to benefit from that. I get to be one of those folks that you mentor. So, guys, with that, that's it for this morning. We're going to wrap up. Don't forget, tomorrow evening we'll have a recap, the same presentation tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a super weekend, everybody. Let's go out there and make it happen for the rest of 2014.